What's going on, everybody? It's your pal Burrito Johnson coming at you with hopefully a quick video. I know I like to talk and talk and talk. I wanted to get my thoughts out there and maybe an off-the-cuff rating on Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, the final installment in the Mission Impossible, the beloved 30-year film series Mission Impossible. Ethan Hunt's possible final time, or Tom Cruise's possible final time as Ethan Hunt on screen. And I'm here to tell you that it was a good time. It was a really good time. If you're a fan of the series, you're gonna have a good time no matter what. If you're not a fan of the series, or maybe not a fan of Tom Cruise, because I know there's quite a people who aren't fans of Tom Cruise who refuse to see any movie he's in, and this is probably not going to change your mind. But if you're like me, I wouldn't call myself the world's biggest Tom Cruise fan, but I will go see his movies. I will go to the theaters to see it. He puts butts in seats to watch movies. He single-handedly, I guess I wouldn't say single-handedly saved Hollywood back with Top Gun Maverick, but he got people back. This one, I'm not 100% sure that's going to do it. I hope it does. I saw the budget on this. It's going to have to do really, really well to kind of make its money back, because the last movie didn't really do that good. So we'll see. But I think this is well worth people checking out. The movie is almost 3 hours long, for crying out loud. When I first heard that going into this theater, I was like, oh no, what the hell? These movies are getting way too long, but it makes sense. It makes sense that this is the final entry. This is basically the Avengers style. You're getting the group back together kind of thing. One final adventure with the group. And it makes sense that it's almost 3 hours. Here's the thing. I was not bored for 1 second in this movie. And that's a good thing. The pacing was good. There's not, out of all the movies, if I'm being honest with you, this one has the least action in it. There are some small action pieces here and there, but we're talking about, if you're comparing this movie to the previous entries, those movies had one after the other, especially Fallout, which was one of my second favorite in the series, next to the first one. This one actually has less. It actually has two big action sequences, one kind of in the first hour, one towards the end, and they're pretty good, especially in IMAX. They do something really cool. I'm trying not to spoil this. In one of the scenes where they do something cool with the IMAX format, and I thought that was really, really cool. And if you do notice that, please comment down below when this movie actually does come out, and if you actually notice that they kind of pulled the Sinners. Sinners did a cool thing with the IMAX format, and I thought that was really cool too. If I had to knock it down, which, again, this is not my favorite Mission Impossible. If I had to knock it down, the bad guys, question mark, was kind of my least favorite part. They weren't really fascinating. They weren't really like, oh man, I get what they were trying to do. I understand. I could maybe empathize a little bit. No, not really. They were just kind of there, I guess. Towards the end, I was just like, meh, don't really care anymore. I kind of care about these characters. Simon Pegg was awesome. Haley Atwell was awesome. There's a 30-year callback that I don't think I want to ruin, but there is a 30-year callback that plays a pretty big role in the second half of this movie, which I thought that was really awesome. Again, not trying to spoil anything, not trying to get rid of it, not trying to give anything away. But if you do go see this, in about 12 days as the time of this recording, you'll see what I'm talking about. But if I had to give this movie a review, Tom Cruise's last time being Ethan Hunt in an almost 3-hour movie, I guess that's just becoming the norm now. These action blockbusters have to be 2.5 hours to about 3 hours. Sometimes that's a good thing. Sometimes that's a bad thing. There's some fatigue going on. A lot of people don't want to sit there. But again, for me, this was actually This actually was some of the quickest 3 hours that I ever sat through, and the whole theater was invested. The whole theater was laughing. We clapped when it was done, and it was just a cool way to send off Ethan Hunt. And if I had to give this a rating, I would probably give it a respectable 3.5. I know it's not a 4. I know it's not a 5. But again, for me personally, it's not that level. But again, I think you could have a blast in a movie and still give it a 3.5. It did hit it. It didn't miss. I knocked it down a couple points because of some of the stuff. And I'm like, meh. It didn't have to be that way. A lot of people are going to say that this could have been shorter, which I could agree. But I would agree with them if I felt like it was long. I've also watched 90-minute movies that felt that were really, really long. So if this movie is compelling and it's keeping your attention and it's entertaining enough to kind of keep your eyes on the screen, not on your watch or your phone, then they're doing a good job. And the director's Macquarie is he's handled the series for the past 8 years now, 7 years, and it's been in great hands for those 7 years. I'm curious to see. I'm excited to see what Tom Cruise is going to do next, because again, he's 62 years old, and I don't know. I don't know if he's going to do any more action movies. I mean, listen, Liam Neeson is 70 something and still doing action movies, so never say never. All right, guys. Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning is 3.5. If off the cuff review, and I think you should go see it. Really, honestly, go see it in IMAX. I think it's going to be worth it. That worth paying the few extra dollars to watch it there. And yeah, 3.5. Go watch it. Until next time, guys. Keep watching movies.